My child, I need to tell you something that will bring closure to everything that has come before this moment. Congratulations, it is all over. Not in a sense of ending or failure, but in a sense of completion. The test is finished. The trials are complete. The journey has reached its destination. You have made it through. You have served. You have grown. You have transformed. And now, on the other side of everything, I am here to tell you, you did it. You made it. It is all over, and you are still standing. You are still here. You are still alive. And that in itself is a victory worth celebrating. I know that you may be confused by this message. You may be wondering what is all over. You may be questioning what journey has been completed. But I need you to understand something. The journey that is over is the journey of doubt. The trial that is finished is the trial of uncertainty. The test that has been completed is the test of whether you could hear the divine voice and respond to it. And you have passed. You have completed it. You have finished the race. Now comes the victory lap. This is why I am saying do not skip this message. Do not think that because everything is all over, you can relax now and ignore what I am telling you. On the contrary, this is the most important message of all, because what happens now, how you receive this completion, how you honor this victory, that will determine what comes next in your life. So do not skip. Receive this completion consciously. Now, let me tell you what all over means. It means that the phase of constant urgency has ended. It means that the phase of repeated warnings and calls to action is complete. It means that you have proven beyond any shadow of a doubt that you are someone who can hear the divine voice and respond to it. It means that you no longer need to be called repeatedly. You no longer need to be warned. You no longer need to be convinced. You have already been convinced. You have already been called. You have already been transformed. What is all over is the phase of preparation. What is all over is the phase of testing. What is all over is the phase of being summoned. Now begins the phase of fulfillment. Now begins the phase of living your purpose. Now begins the phase of showing the world what you are capable of. Now begins the phase where everything you have learned, everything you have integrated, everything you have become gets to be expressed and shared and given to the world. Let me speak to you about what you have accomplished. You have accomplished something that most people never accomplish. You have proven that you can take messages seriously. You have shown that you can hear urgency and respond to it. You have demonstrated that you can make commitments and keep them. You have revealed that you are capable of change. You have shown that you are willing to trust, even when you cannot see the entire path. These are not small accomplishments. These are the foundations of transformation. You have also accomplished something else. You have chosen that you understand the nature of the spiritual journey. You have learned that the divine does not work through force, but through invitation. You have learned that transformation requires your participation. You have learned that you are not a passive recipient, but an active co-creator of your own life. You have learned that your choices matter. These are the lessons that will serve you for the rest of your life. Now I want to tell you what comes after all over, because this is not an ending. This is a transition. This is not a conclusion. This is a new beginning. The phase of being called is over. Now comes the phase of calling others. The phase of being guided is over. Now comes the phase of guiding others. The phase of receiving messages is over. Now comes the phase of sharing messages. The phase of your own transformation is complete. Now comes the phase of participating in the transformation of others. This is what completion looks like. This is what victory looks like. This is not you reaching the top of the mountain and being done. This is you reaching the peak and then looking down to see all the people still climbing and realizing that your job is to shine a light so that they can find their way. Let me tell you what you need to know as you move into this new phase. First, you need to know that you are no longer alone. You have been connected to something greater than yourself. That connection does not disappear when the urgent messages stop. That connection grows stronger. That connection becomes the foundation of everything you do going forward. Second, you need to know that you are no longer doubting. You have proven to yourself that the divine is real, that guidance is real, that transformation is real. You cannot unfind that knowledge. You cannot unknow that truth. That certainty will be with you forever. Third, you need to know that you are no longer the same person who started this journey. You have been changed. You have been transformed. You cannot go back to who you were, and you would not want to, because who you have become is so much more beautiful, so much more powerful, so much more aligned with your true self. Fourth, you need to know that you are now responsible for passing on what you have learned. Not because you have to, but because you cannot help but share what has transformed you. Your life itself becomes a message. Your existence becomes a beacon. Your transformation becomes an invitation to others. Now, here is what I need you to understand about celebration. Celebration is not frivolous. Celebration is not self-indulgent. Celebration is sacred. Celebration is how you honor the journey. Celebration is how you integrate the transformation. Celebration is how you mark the moment of completion so that it is undeniable, so that it is real, so that it cannot be taken from you. So I am asking you to celebrate, not just internally, but externally, visibly, consciously. I want you to do something today that marks this completion. Maybe it is telling someone you love about your transformation. Maybe it is taking yourself out to do something you love. Maybe it is writing down everything you have learned. Maybe it is setting a new intention for the next phase, but mark it. Honor it. Celebrate it. Let me tell you something about what happens when you do not celebrate a completion. When you finish something and you do not honor it. When you reach a victory and you do not celebrate it, something gets lost. The integration is incomplete. The transformation does not fully settle into your being. You move forward, but you are not fully present for your own victory. You keep running, but you do not fully recognize how far you have come. But when you celebrate, when you consciously honor the completion, something shifts. You integrate the lesson fully. You internalize the transformation completely. You become aware of your own power. You recognize your own capacity. You acknowledge your own victory. And from that place of acknowledgement, the next phase becomes much more powerful. So I am asking you to celebrate. I am asking you to honor this moment. I am asking you to recognize that it is all over, that you have made it through, that you are here on the other side of the struggle, and that is worth celebrating. Now, I want to tell you something about what comes next. What comes next is not predetermined. What comes next is not something I am going to tell you. What comes next is something you are going to create, because you no longer need me to tell you what to do. You have learned to hear your own inner voice. You have learned to trust your own intuition. You have learned to listen to your own soul. And that voice, that intuition, that soul knowing, that is what will guide you going forward. I have been your external guide. I have been your voice in the darkness. I have been your constant caller, your repeated messenger, your urgency on the line. But now you have to become your own guide. Now you have to trust your own voice. Now you have to listen to your own knowing. That is what it means for it to be all over. It means that the external guiding is complete and the internal guiding now takes over. But do not misunderstand. This does not mean you are alone. This does not mean the support goes away. It means that the support becomes internal. It means that the guidance becomes your own wisdom. It means that you are no longer following someone else. You are following yourself. Following the divine that lives within you. Following the voice of your own soul. Here is what I need from you in this moment of completion. First, acknowledge that it is all over. Say it, write it, declare it. The journey of doubt is complete. The test is finished. I have made it through. Acknowledge it fully. Second, celebrate. Do something that marks this moment. Something that says, I honor my journey. I celebrate my transformation. I recognize my victory. Make it real. Third, commit to carrying what you have learned into the next phase. The messages you have received, the insights you have gained, the transformation you have undergone, carry all of it forward. Do not let it fade. Do not let it become something you used to know. Let it be the foundation of who you are now. Now let me tell you one final thing. Congratulations is not just a word. Congratulations is a recognition. Congratulations is an acknowledgement. Congratulations is the universe saying to you, you did it. You made it. You deserve to celebrate yourself. So accept that congratulation. Accept that recognition. Accept that acknowledgement. You have earned it. You have come through the fire and emerged transformed. You have heard the calls and answered them. You have faced the urgency and responded to it. You have taken the messages seriously and acted on them. You have done the work, and that work has borne fruit. That work has created change. That work has opened doors. That work has brought you to this moment of completion. So celebrate, honor, recognize, acknowledge, integrate, move forward. The journey of doubt is complete. The test is finished. The trials are over. You are on the other side now. You are standing in victory. You are claiming your prize, which is not material wealth or external success, but something far more valuable. You are claiming yourself. You are claiming your power. You are claiming your purpose. You are claiming your life. Congratulations.